A fresh geopolitical and energy debate has been triggered after United States President Donald Trump claimed that India is set to buy oil from Venezuela instead of sourcing crude from Iran. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One while traveling to Florida, Trump said that a deal has already been conceptualized. According to him, India would move towards importing Venezuelan oil, distancing itself from Iranian crude purchases. Trump said India is coming in, and they are going to be buying Venezuelan oil as opposed to buying it from Iran. We have already made the concept of the deal. The remarks come amid Washington's broader push to reshape global energy flows, particularly in the context of the Ukraine war. The United States has been encouraging its partners, including India, to reduce dependence on Russian oil, a major revenue source for Moscow since the conflict began. India dramatically increased Russian crude imports after Western sanctions made Russian oil cheaper and more accessible. At the same time, Indian purchases of Iranian oil have remained minimal due to long-standing US sanctions, even though Iran was once one of India's biggest energy suppliers. Now, Venezuela appears to be emerging as a possible alternative. The Trump administration has signaled openness to easing restrictions that could allow countries like India to resume buying Venezuelan crude. The idea is to redirect oil trade in a way that weakens Russia's financial leverage, while also bringing Venezuela back into global energy markets under US oversight. Trump also suggested that China could enter similar negotiations with Washington to purchase Venezuelan oil, underlining a larger plan to reposition Venezuela as a key supplier to major Asian economies. Adding a diplomatic layer to the development, Venezuela's acting president Delcy Rodríguez recently held a conversation with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The two leaders discussed ways to deepen cooperation in energy, trade and investment, and agreed to expand bilateral ties in the years ahead. Prime Minister Modi described the interaction as a step towards taking India-Venezuela relations to new heights, marking his first engagement with Rodríguez since major political changes unfolded in Venezuela following a US-backed intervention earlier this year. Historically, Venezuela was a significant oil supplier to India. At one point, Indian refiners were importing hundreds of thousands of barrels a day, accounting for a substantial portion of Venezuela's total exports. However, trade collapsed after stricter US sanctions were imposed in the late 2010s, forcing Indian companies to step back to avoid secondary penalties. While Trump has described the proposed shift as a done deal, New Delhi has so far made no official announcement confirming a move away from existing suppliers or outlining new import arrangements with Venezuela. Energy experts note that such decisions depend heavily on pricing, refinery compatibility, shipping logistics, and long-term contracts, not just political statements. Still, if India does resume large-scale Venezuelan oil imports, it would mark a major shift in its energy strategy and signal a new phase in global oil diplomacy. For now, Trump's comments have set off intense speculation and once again placed India at the center of a high-stakes geopolitical energy realignment.